I think like a lot of us be in relationships with people that make us feel guilty for evolving.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like it's a lot of jealousy within people's relationships that they are actively in because you elevating is a mirror to what I'm not. So you getting that promotion at the job. Now I feel like as a man I'm not making enough money or I'm insufficient in terms of my role in this relationship. So now I'm gonna make you feel guilty for it. Now I'm gonna dissuade you from trying to do things that deep down I know is gonna make you a better you. But because it makes me feel like a worse of me, I'll serve as a roadblock for it. So I think we got to be careful of just jealous partners within a relationship. That should sound crazy, but it's real.
Hey boo, hey, welcome back to your girl's channel. Now for today's video, y'all, this man is admitting how he was jealous of his wife. Was jealous, is jealous, I don't know. So let's get into it.
I was jealous of my wife. And I'm saying this pretty much in response to my last video to further back up the claim of why I feel like I know that there's underlying aggression and hatred and jealousy towards women these days from some of the men that we hear on social media or on the other platform. But hear me when I say jealous. It wasn't a jealousy to the point where I wanted to harm my wife. I was jealous of the fact of how much I loved her. I loved her so much, and I saw how much I loved her, how much favor God showed her through me, and how much favor God just showed her all in general. And the reason why it drove me to a point where my relationship with God was hindered because I just felt like, Lord, I love this woman so much, and I see how you love on her. And I was really jealous, and I'm the one taking care of this woman. And it's like, how am I mad about how I'm treating somebody?
That's how you know y'all men be really messed up in the head sometimes. Y'all are delulu.
I'm treating her good, and I'm mad that I'm treating you good. Because deep down inside, I always wanted to be loved and taken care of like that by the Lord. And on my walk with Christ, it's been a lot of times where I feel like, God, I'm just out here. I got to work for everything. Nothing comes to me easy. I got to struggle. I got to scrape my knuckles against the ground. I'm just being honest and transparent because it's real out here. I love my wife dearly. When my wife was in school, finishing her undergraduate degree, she said, babe, this last semester is getting really tough. I would really like to just focus on school and not work. And I said, you know what, babe? It's okay. Stay at home. Finish your degree. Do what you got to do, girl. And then when I had to get up and go to work and I saw her still in the bed, sometimes I would be so mad because it's been so many times in my life I wish that I could have just stayed in the bed. I wish that I had somebody to finance me while I pursue my goals and my dreams. And then it had to get to a point where I had to understand this is a demonic attack. The enemy is coming for your top. And I did not take that seriously when one of my brothers told me, like, look, bro, when you get married, that spiritual warfare gonna be real. I ignored it. So the first year of my marriage, I was dealing with so much spiritual warfare because I didn't want to call it what it was. I was envious because I felt like God loved her more. I saw how God favored my wife. Hear me out. This isn't to say that being jealous is such a bad thing, right? Because it's good that you felt that because now you know what you need to take to God. Even though my jealousy did not turn into aggression, it's a lot of brothers out here who their underlying jealousy turns into aggression and it turns into a very negative way of how you deal with women or your woman. And I'm just being transparent with y'all. I was like, dang, man, I'm out here scraping my knuckles against the ground. I got things I want to pursue. I got things I want to do. And it's just like, bro, you're allowing her to stay at home and pursue her goals. How are you going to be mad at something you're allowing somebody to do? And then I had to count it as a blessing because, Lord, I prayed. I prayed that one day I would be able to take care of a woman like this. And that's what the enemy going to do. The same thing you pray for, he'll have you hating and being jealous of. And I said, Lord, forgive me because I should not be jealous of the woman you gave me. And it took me a minute. I worked through it through therapy. I dealt with a lot of things through therapy. I had a lot of questions answered in therapy. And that's why I'm such a huge advocate for therapy. But when I started to really look at my wife as the blessing that she is, you guys, I cannot express to you the favor that God opened my eyes to and showed me that I always had. It wasn't that God just showed me favor when I got married. God has been showing me favor my whole life. But when you're so busy looking on what you don't got and what you wish you had, you don't realize how blessed you are. The whole time I spent having this underlying jealousy and this underlying, issue, I was allowing the enemy to trick me out my position of not understanding that I'm living in an answered prayer. I was dragged through the mud in relationships before I met my wife, and God gave me everything I wanted. I've been married almost 3 years, and I can tell you, no matter the arguments, the disagreements, the passionate debates, whatever you want to call it, my wife has yet to not come home with a smile on her face. Every morning she wakes up, I see all her teeth in her mouth. Anytime she walks in the door, I see all her teeth in her mouth. And I said, Lord, I am not worthy. Because I had an attitude problem at a point in our marriage that probably would have drove anybody away. And you just showed me grace by not allowing the best thing to ever happen to me to walk away from me. She worked with me while God was working on me. The enemy tricked me out my position and had me having underlying issues. Now, I didn't have no aggression and put my hands on my wife or nothing like that. But my wife really loves intimacy. So as a punishment, sometimes I would withhold intimacy from her because I was like, man, you always get what you want. What about me? And that was my attitude. So understand something. Just because you have a good man, don't mean that he don't have his issues. Just because you have a man that isn't really aggressive and physically abusive, don't mean that you don't have a man that still has issues. I had a praying woman, and she saw the man God gave her and not the man I was showing her. So all I'm trying to say is jealousy does exist when you're trying to covet the favor God has on his daughters because you're missing out on the favor God is giving you, brother.
There are not many men out here like him left. Women, when you find him, treat him good. Apologize when you know you need to apologize. You also got to be careful for the men that don't love you, that are jealous of you. The men that you're just dating and are jealous of what you have because they some bums living out of their car, but you got you a nice 3-bedroom home and you got your car, and women are set up a lot better than men nowadays. And I hate that that's the case, but in my opinion, that's just the case. And a lot of men will use you and hate you for it at the same time.
It's men out here that will really get with us and secretly be jealous of us. And it could be our strength, it could be your hustle, it could be the way you handle situations, it could be your wisdom. And that's why it's hard for them to love you because how are you gonna love something that you're jealous of that you secretly hate? It's impossible. They tend to try to belittle you. They don't support you, or they might start out supporting you in something and then eventually they stop supporting you. And that's the reason why some of them putting their hands on you because they hate you. It's not what they went through as a child or as something you did. No, it's because they're really jealous of you.
Sure, they'll give you their loving and whatever it is that they think you need, but deep down inside, they won't love you. They'll give you their love in, but they won't love you. And they'll slowly start to resent you over time if you're not building them up to get where you are.
This is why the relationship will never work with a man that's jealous of you. Because sometimes when you meet a man and he's not right within and you at a low point in your life, he'll love you, care for you, even come off like he helping you and want what's best for you. But once you get back high, the relationship gets worse. Because now you get new cars, more attention, and you back to taking care of yourself. Now he insecure, making your life a living hell. Y'all always into it, and he always trying to make it seem like you're doing something wrong even when you're not. That's because a man that's jealous of you isn't right within. And he loves you the most at your lowest because that's when you're beneath him. At your highest, you scare him because at your highest, you attract high. And he likes you better when you were small. And the first sign is a man who reminds you what he's done for you all the time when he takes things back out of anger. Or is quick to remind you who you used to be because he's so jealous of who you are now. Stay unfuckwittable, ladies.
Most women want a man that is building on his own, or has built, is building. Most women don't want to build a man. A lot of you wenches will, but most women don't want to build a man because a man is supposed to just not come built, but I don't know, you a man. Hell, man it. And which is insensitive of me to say, because a lot of men didn't grow up with fathers, and hell, their mothers only know how to be mothers. So I do feel like it's a lot harder being born with male genitalia than it is woman genitalia. So I give y'all that.
You know, they say when people are upset and they start yelling and screaming, they speak the truth. He told me that if I were in competition with my man, that shit stunned the fucking hell out of me. In competition. And I looked at him, I'm like, competition? Dude, I'm your wife. We on the same team. How am I in competition with you? That's when I realized I'm on the we team, the us team, and the one team, meaning we won because we were married. He had a whole different agenda. Everything that I was fighting to, build us up, get us in a better place, he was always on a me, I, him. It was never a we. It was never a we. And I couldn't understand that. Because I used to tell him, sweetie, we on the same team. As a matter of fact, we beyond being on the same team. We are the damn team. We are one. When you are married, you are one. He could not understand that shit, and now I understand why. This man was so obsessively jealous of me, and I do mean in every way. Every way. When I went to school, by the time I got my master's degree and wanted to go on to my doctoral program, he told me, you need to stop going to school so that I can go to school now. Like a supportive wife, I said yes. He ain't got a damn degree yet. And I can't even tell you how many years ago that's been. Sweetie, when I tell you jealous, that and I couldn't understand that shit. How the hell do you be jealous of your wife, the woman you chose? And you know what? The sad part about this shit is, yeah, I accomplished a lot of successes over this marriage. Even though he put up a whole lot of obstacles along the way. But the sad part about it is, all of the things that he thought I was jealous of, that I was in competition with him for, and that he was jealous of me for in the marriage, I was all those things before I married him. That's the fucked up part about the whole ordeal. The things that I thought he chose me for, that he admired in me, that he loved me for, that he wanted on his team, turned out to be the very damn things that he hated in me, that he was jealous of, and that he was always in competition with. Now you tell me, how crazy is that? How crazy is that?
We have to be aware of the men who secretly hate us too. Keep your eyes peeled for them, because not all of us are lucky enough to get one of him. Somebody who's going to love you and seek help through their nonsense. He knew that his thinking process was off. He knew that was some nonsense. So he did something about it. And she loved him through it because he did something about it, which is very honorary. I could respect that so much. I feel like any good wife would stand by their mate. But if you just sitting around and keeping this drinking problem, ain't trying to go to one AA class, ain't trying to do none of that, ain't trying to change nothing, yeah, I got to wash my hands clean with you.
Yo, I don't care what y'all say. Having a jealous man is way worse than having a jealous friend. Like, just think about it, especially if y'all got kids, married, or live together. He's involved in every facet of your life. That man know your deepest wishes. He know everything you working on. He know your dreams. He know what your income is. He know everything. The way he could throw you off by changing one simple thing in y'all lifestyle to keep you from reaching the goal, that man could deliberately change his work schedule and say, I can't take the baby to daycare or pick the baby up from daycare, just to throw your schedule off so that it hinders you from reaching the goal that he knows you've had for years and you finally working towards. All because he ain't got shit to work towards, because he insecure and he jealous about what you got going on. That man is so wrapped up in your life, all he got to do is stop cooking and put more on you while you going to school to throw your ass off. At least with the friends, she ain't all up in your house. She ain't all up in everything you got going on. She might throw a little hate around or not help you with something. But if it's a man that you involved with and y'all locked in, I'm telling you, that's a dangerous damn position to be in. And don't let him start throwing salt on what you're doing. Oh, babe, I don't think you should do it like that. Oh, you sure you want to do that? Oh, people gonna think this, that. Don't let him start creeping up in your head. And bitch, it's really gonna be too through for you.
Don't hold on to these men when they show you who they really are. When they start tearing up your stuff because you won't do this or that for them, it's time to go. It's time to move, and nobody needs to know where you live at this point, okay? That's where I'm almost at with it, y'all. I can't wait to move. Not nobody but God himself gonna know where me and my husband live. Shoot. These men want to lay up in your house, eat up all your food, mistreat your kids, put dents and dimples in your couches, get your tan carpets black and brown, not sweep, not do nothing, poop in your toilet, leave the dookie stains on them, don't do nothing for the kids, just sit on his butt all day watching your TV.
A jealous man wants exactly what that woman has in her life at the moment. Once that man see with things he never had as a child, or see with things he ain't got right now, he's gonna feel like you're more than him. He gonna feel like you're over him, and he really can't do much for himself because he didn't fell off, and he looking for a woman to build him back up. You have the tools to build that man back up and make him be the man he wants to be. But he don't want to feel like I gotta have a woman to take care of me. He don't want to feel like he needs you. So he's embarrassed to be around you. When you can afford to get this and get that, you really don't need his money like that. You really need his time, communication, and love. And you really want him to step his game up and be a man. But what if he looked like a man, but he had the mind of a 12-year-old? Likes to play a lot. Likes to lie a lot. Want you to believe what he said without no effort. And these guys get mad when you don't give them nothing, and they start destroying everything that you got. Because he wants you to lose because you ain't giving him a piece of the pie.
Sitting on your couch in your house, driving your car while you at work. Cut it out, ladies. Because if a man really like you, like he say, it is most real men, it is their goal to be able to provide and even if at least just take care of themselves. If you don't want to take care of a woman, fair enough. You don't want to have a family, fair enough. You should want to be able to take care of yourself as a man. Even women are doing this. Women do not depend on men like that no more. So the least you could do is depend on yourself, sir.
Any man that is constantly pointing out your flaws, constantly telling you what you're doing wrong, constantly trying to humble you, is a man that is jealous of you. You have the life that he wants. You are able to do things that he lacks. You have acquired a life that he wants. That man that tries to humble you is jealous of you. Real men do not try to humble their women because real men want you to reach your highest potential. Real men want you to recognize the queen in you. Real men want you to see your light and they don't try to dim it. If you find a man that is constantly trying to break you down, constantly trying to put you down, constantly trying to degrade you, that man is jealous of you. Please know the difference between a man and a boy in a man's body. There are a lot of boys running around here in men's body that are trying to degrade women, break them down, and damage these women. That is because they are jealous of these women. They cannot find their place in life. So when they find the women that are doing their greatest, the women that are putting their best foot forward, the women that are strong, independent, and not afraid to go after their goals, they try to break them down. Real men do not damage women. They protect them. Know the difference.
Y'all, this is a conversation that I don't think is talked about enough. Sometimes the woman and the man that you are dealing with and in a relationship with and lay down with every night is top op, aka your biggest hater, aka sometimes literally your enemy. These people will hate on your accomplishments. They will hate your personality. They'll hate your style, your drive, and sometimes they even hate on your looks, even though your looks is what literally attracted them to you. I think the biggest thing that really lets you know that they your top op, that they your biggest hater, is when they hate on your accomplishments. They seem to bring up your accomplishments into conversations that have nothing to do with your accomplishments, trying to diminish you, trying to put you down. And the energy can be so bad to the point they'll try to turn your friends against you. They'll try to turn your family against you. They will try to infiltrate in any type of support system that you got to turn them against you. And the crazy thing about it is they do it with lies. Because even though I'm making light of it and I'm bringing awareness to it, it's a real deep, darker, sinister side to this. There are women and men in the grave right now because they girlfriend, they boyfriend, they husband or they wife was their top op.
All women knew coming up in the 18th, 19th century was to depend on a man. That's all women ever known. Now they want to depend on us. He got me thinking like, dang, how my husband feel about me sleeping in while he go to work. He don't never complain. He don't make me feel like it's a problem. But I want to know. So I'm going to ask him. You know what I'm saying? I genuinely want to know, how does he feel? Does it ever cross his mind like, oh, that's annoying, I wish she would get her butt up and go to work too? Or do he genuinely love me enough to just be happy and think, God, that's my woman. I want her to get her beauty rest so she can keep being this beautiful for me when I get home every day. Shut up, y'all. Shut up. I hear you talking your mess. I live in Delulu land too. We can all live in Delulu land a little bit. Hell. All he wanted for me to be pretty. That's what I thought. Shoot. The hell you mean? Cook and clean, take care of your kids. I thought I just had to look good around here. The hell? But yeah, y'all, be careful. Be careful, be careful, be careful out here, okay? And that's one thing about it. I know my husband, I know he's tired of working. So with me doing YouTube and being able to be monetized because of you and 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 all y'all. I love y'all so much. Because of y'all, I am able to take loads off of my husband now. And hopefully them loads get bigger and bigger and bigger that I can take off of him. It was making me uncomfortable seeing how hard my husband was working and not complaining about it. I know that he was feeling it, thinking it, but he would never complain. He would never make me feel any type of way about it. So because of that, I'm going to do everything in my power to make his life as easy as he's made mine. Period. And that's how it should be, whether you married or just in a relationship. The goal is to make each other's jobs and lives easier, not complicated, not sit and ponder and be jealous of one another behind the scenes. That's not how we gonna last, and that's not how we gonna thrive. And as far as homeboy, the one that I fell in love with, him and his wife, I hope when she get her degrees or her whatever she going after in school, when she get all that, I hope that she does make his life easier. I hope that she is making enough money to where maybe he can sit back for a little bit and just not work as hard. I know men don't ever just really sit on their butt. Well, some of you modern men do. But I know most real men, they don't want to sit on their butt. It makes them feel less of a man to be at home while they woman out grabbing the bacon. I get that. But I do hope that she would try to make his life easier in whichever way that looks for them. That's what I got on it, y'all. Let's be careful for these crazy men out here, and let's acknowledge the good men that are out here. There are a small few bit of good men that are still out here. So you ladies, y'all better sniff them out. You better sniff them out. You better pluck them. Pluck them as fast as you can. You better get them arms a moving, because, girl, the good men's are far and few, okay? Good luck with that. Good luck with that. That's literally all I got on it. It is hard as hell to find a good man and a good woman nowadays. Everybody on that budge nowadays. And I mean everybody. So, when you find a good one, girl, you better hold on to him. Hold on to him. You better hold on to him. Because Becky gonna get him. Shauna gonna get him. Maria gonna get him. You better get him first. You better get him first. You better get him first. All right, I'm done playing in y'all face. I'm done playing in y'all face. I'm sorry, y'all. I know y'all feel like slapping me. I do it for you. That's what I got on it. I love y'all. If you love me back, like the video. If you love me back even more than that, subscribe. If you don't like me at all, I love you, boo. And I hope to catch you in the next video.